Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Cam, and this is Cam's Corner. Well, I'm hanging out this morning, drinking a nice cup of Joe. How are ya? Getting a little vitamin D before the workday, and hey, guys, a lot of hockey news going on. Yesterday, Monday, the season-ending roster was due. Today, Tuesday, June 16th, is the first day that teams in the ECHL can start signing players. And last week, Coach Cunny was in town with his family helping out for the Food for Frontliners program, and we had a chance to grab Cunny after and ask him some hockey-related news as we continue along this summer. What do you say we hear from Coach Cunny coming up right here? Well, pleased to be joined with now the general manager and the head coach of the Worcester Railers, David Cunniff, Cam McGuire here. And Cunny, great to see you. Great to have you in Worcester this afternoon, helping out with some community events. Boy, I miss that orange hat for sure. But kind of first, before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, how have things been going for you?
Things have been good. Unfortunately, with what's going on with the COVID-19, and nothing's really changed for me. I'm home. I'm trying to catch up on the player pool. I've talked about it since I've been hired. Trying to learn the player pool in the American League. I got for 18 years had the luxury of scouts going out and watching the players. So I've been watching a lot of video, talking to a lot of agents, building a lot of relationships with those agents to try and make sure we can get quality hockey players, in Worcester going forward.
And some key dates coming up, too, with some hockey-related news. But before we get into that, obviously the Railers have been involved in the community, as they always are, but really picking it up the last month or two. And you had a chance to help out with the Food for Frontliners program. And how special was that today?
I just feel so fortunate that I can be involved. I'm so lucky. Being home and working, I'm always on the Railers social media and get to see you, posting with Pablo and the guys have been doing up there, the front office. It's just been, I'm just taken aback. I'm just amazed at what Cliff and Susan have been able to do. We're so lucky, number one, to have such great ownership, and then what they're doing in the community is it's really it blows my mind. It's amazing, and for me, I just can't emphasize how fortunate I feel just so I could come up and be part of it.
Well, some of those important hockey-related dates, obviously the protected list, which went out early in June, the season-ending roster coming up shortly. But overall for you, mentioned the first year being a general manager, so a lot of recruiting on your plate. How has the recruiting process been for you and when can we expect to see some players signed here for Worcester?
It's been great. Again, we can't really talk to players, can't really recruit, players that are being protected by other teams. So we're going to have to hand in our list on the 15th. That protected list is going to have to get down to 20 on the 15th. On the 16th, we can start negotiate with players that we've protected. Anyone that's not protected by other teams, we could start to talk to those teams maybe on July 1st. For college free agents, we could start recruiting those guys and sign those guys on the 16th.
And some reorganization in the front office about a month ago. Obviously, Stephanie Ramey, the new team president, you had a chance to meet her finally in person today. I know you guys have had some conversations on the phone, but also Mike Myers going to be the new COO, and he's going to be helping you out with some hockey-related stuff.
Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have him. I mean, I've used Mike a lot, in the position he was already in, but he was wearing a lot of hats, and I felt like I was overwhelmed if I could put too much on him. But it's nice to have another set of eyes on things. He could be, getting involved with the Instat and the program we use to scout players and talking. Mike has been in the business for so long, has a ton of relationships and with different people that I might not know. So it's good that we could, use each other and he can help out on that side of it. Just, character reference and all that stuff. It's such a tough league and it's so competitive. You just can't make mistakes.
And on the topic of staff, obviously last year it was you. You're behind the bench a lot of games just by yourself. Is there any word of an assistant coach for next year when fans can expect to see a name pop up?
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend of mine, a guy that I've been in contact with him for 20 years now. I worked with him doing hockey schools. He's a skating and skills guy. He's built junior programs. He knows the player pool a lot better than I have because he's been doing it. He scouted for USA Hockey. So, he's been in the business again 30 years, 20 years. So we're very fortunate to be able to add him. And he's been able to help me, and he's doing the recruiting process and introduce me to the agents that I didn't know. He's built a lot of great relationships in the past 20 years. with the agents and the player pool. So I've been able to jump on that and piggyback off him. Until we actually know what's going on, we have the opening date, hopefully October, and hopefully that's the game plan going forward.
Lastly here, obviously the affiliation with the New York Islanders. Do you have any news to relate on that? I know some fans have been asking and been interested about that.
I think the Islanders have done a great job. Looking back, I've only been here short-term time, but looking back at what they've done, trying to supply the team and support Worcester. So we're close to getting that affiliation done. We're just working on some wordage and verbiage in the contract to kind of finalize that. But it's going to get settled. We have a great relationship. I have a great relationship with the Lamarillos and Chris, and think that's going to continue. And it's the East Coast League contracted players that we support and surround those guys with that are going to make the difference, hopefully. We know we're going to get great players from our affiliate, and now it's a matter of building around those guys to complement those players that we can have a successful season next season.
Well, Cunny, it sounds like you're keeping busy. I want to thank you for your time this afternoon. Thanks for coming out and helping out with the Food for Frontliners program. Look forward to keeping in touch the rest of the summer and looking forward to October 24th.
No, I just appreciate I can be involved, and it gets me away from the computer for a day, so it's been great. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. Always great to catch up with Coach Cunny and look forward to keeping in touch throughout the summer. Just 130 days. 130 days till opening night, October 24th. We'll keep you up to date all summer long. Head to RailersHC.com. I'm hearing the Railers are dropping their home schedule soon, so be on the lookout for that. Until then, I'm Cam, and this is Cam's Corner.